Hello and welcome to more Cycle Storm. This is the return of the deck. I've done a couple other drafts that I will be uploading, not drafts, videos with previous iterations of this deck that I will be uploading kind of as a separate video, but this is Cycle Storm 3.0 because it feels like I made a very actual substantial upgrade, or at least change. I don't know if it's an upgrade yet. But I added Mystical Teachings, and this is a card I've been wanting to put in the deck for a long time because with the other builds, I could get the deck pretty consistent, but you're still at the kind of the whims of like where your Songs of the Damned and Reaping the Graves are in your deck. I think I did the math in like the odds of not hitting 2 Reaping the Graves in the top like 40 cards of your deck it's like 10 or 20% of the time. So those were the times you would whiff with most decks. But with 2 Mystical Teachings now, the odds of like not hitting any of these 6 is really low. I mean, you're very consistent, especially with I've upped the number of cyclers in the deck, so you're very likely to hit your combo pieces. So the next things we need to do is just make sure we can get the mana to make everything work. So to facilitate that, I've upped the land count a bit, and I've added the sacrifice lands. So I actually cut all the rituals as well, because the sacrifice lands act like rituals. You know, you play this, you sacrifice it. It's like casting a dark ritual. So I'm hoping that will help with the mana and help with the acceleration. To get storm count, I've added Wild Cantor. This also helps with the mana. This card's great. You can play it earlier. Generally, you don't want to, but it, you know, you can add like a Lotus Petal effect later on. But where it's great is when you're comboing off, it lets you turn red into blue or green. So you can go like Tinderwall, sack for double red, play Wild Cantor, sack for green, play another Tinderwall, and just keep doing that. And it's also a creature. So like the turn you're going off, it's a 0 mana thing that counts mana for Songs of the Damned and adds Storm for Reaping the Grave. So it is really good and helps you go off quickly. Other than that, I really just added Architects of Will, just to get the cycling count and creature count high, because really it felt like the only times I lost was when I was not lost but whiffed, was when I didn't hit my cyclers early. So I think that's good. The only thing I'm not certain on is the mana. I think we might still have a couple like colored mana issues. So if people have ideas, the best things to look for is ways to like kind of reliably cast Mystical Teachings before going off, so you can find like a second copy of Songs to make it a bit more consistent. And then post sideboard, that gets even more important. So onto the sideboard, we get 4 Red Elemental Blast. Again, I think the mana might need to change a bit to make these more castable, because we only have Geothermal Crevice right now. So it's a work in progress, but being able to sideboard into a deck that has like more lands, and we can like Teachings a bit slower for, you know, removal or interaction seems really good. What is it? Rust? I think this is the card. It's not on Magic Online. Well, it is, but you can't collect it. Here. Counter target activated ability from an artifact source. If we can get this on Magic Online, would be amazing, because then you could just put in 1 copy. It's for Relic of Progenitus, so they activate Relic and then you stop it, so you get to keep your graveyard. And with Teachings being able to tutor that up at instant speed, it seems really strong. So that would be amazing if we could get that. If you're playing in paper, put this in your sideboard. In the meantime, we got to go with Ancient Grudge and Dissenter's Deliverance. Grudge lets you deal with 2 relics, so like it's the card you would tutor for. And then Dissenter's Deliverance, because we probably want more than just 1 copy of Grudge or Artifact Destruction, this is one just to have in your deck. That way if you come across it while comboing, you can just cycle. 4 Red Blast, and Arcane Denial is just in there as like an easier to cast counterspell that deals with hard to counter spells, I guess. Like if you're not sure what they might have, I think against walls in particular, I bring in Arcane Denial. Just like sometimes you can mise them by countering their only win condition. Things like that. Sideboard, we have Moment's Peace. Because we have Teachings, we can tutor it up pretty easy. And then Double Gnaw to the Bone. Flaring Pain's pretty obvious. Trickery is interesting. Elves is like sometimes a turn faster than us. I don't know if it's worth bringing this in. You might just want to focus on like going quickly, but it's there. And then Gilded Light protects against Bojuka Bog or other things. Like decks that run Bojuka Bog usually have like Castigate, things like that. So it just gives you like, if you have the ability to cast Teachings and you want to go off, then you can tutor for this and just feel safe, like, okay, I'm not gonna lose my graveyard, at least this turn. That's more or less the deck. I'm gonna run a full league, and we'll talk about the results at the end. See you guys there. Alright, we're playing against Padu. I'm gonna keep this hand, even though it's not amazing. I do have 2 lands. Opponent is playing Fancy Forest, Quirion Ranger, which could mean a whole slew of decks. Probably Elves. I really just want to play against Tron. Like this, this deck is meant to prey on Tron in a Tron heavy meta. I think it's more likely Elves than it is Wall combo, but we'll see. Oh, I see, it's Stompy. Okay, that's way better than Elves actually. Stompy's not the worst matchup. Tinderwall. Alright, let's draw a non-Ancient Spring land. Okay, perfect. Go. Opponent's like, I don't even know what to expect. I think I'm probably just gonna run out Manamorphose and play Tinderwall as a blocker, although that could cause problems if they have like Savage Swipe. Ledgewalker. So they have 2 cards in hand. Do I want to play around Savage Swipe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I'm gonna cast Manamorphose regardless, because I want to dig through my deck more. I need to find a Songs of the Damned. So we're gonna add green and black. There's Songs. I think I'm okay to just cycle. I don't think they're gonna kill me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't think I need to expose myself to Savage Swipe. Like, Tinderwall is going to be very good. So there's really no reason to do that. I already have 2 black sources, so let's play Sulfur Vent and then pass. And then our plan is to go off next turn, I suppose. Because, like, if I play Tinderwall, they Savage Swipe, kill my wall, it just, like, gives them free damage. And they can sack this to put, like, Morbid +3/+3 or whatever onto one of their creatures. Mines of Vastwood, sure. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let's go for it. Have all the colors I need. So let's start cycling these guys off useless colors. Cycle that, cast Tinderwall, sack Tinderwall, cycle this because it's harder that way. It's another Reaping, that's good. Cycle Dranistinger this way. Another Tinderwall was perfect. This for double green. Play Tinderwall, sack Tinderwall, cycle this guy. I cannot cycle Architects of Will, but I can do that, pop out my graveyard. Now I can cycle this, and this. I can Teachings for another Songs of the Damned. Play Songs of the Damned. I can flashback Teachings, which seems like I just win if I do that. Because I get all the Reaping the Graves triggers now. So I get 1 Tinderwall, and then like a bunch of Dranistingers. Carabid. I'll get another Tinderwall because they're that good. Healer. Architects. Okay. So we can go Tinderwall, sack for a bunch of red, cast this one, cast this one, cast this one, and now they just die. Always yield. Beautiful game. Cycle this. Cycle this. I should have kept red mana, just in case they have something to mess with my Reaping the Graves, I suppose. It's unlikely to matter, but I should have done it. Okay, it didn't matter. Woo! Alright, game 2. That was a turn 4. That was a turn 4. I don't know if Moment's Peace is really worth it. Stompy is probably just gonna bring in Weather the Storm, which I don't care about. Like, I would almost choose for them to have Weather the Storm instead of like any aggressive card. I'm deciding if I want to bring in 1 copy of Gnaw to the Bone, and I think it is worth it over Reaping the Graves. Is it better than Reaping the Graves? Maybe I get rid of Wild Cantor. I'll get rid of 1 Wild Cantor and keep the full suite. Do I bring in Dissenter's Deliverance? I don't think most Stompy decks run Relic anymore, but yeah, I'm gonna wait until I see it. Like, I don't want to have a dead card in my deck, so we'll just run Wild Cantor, 1 less Reaping. Ooh, now that's a hand. Double Street Wraith is both awesome and sketchy. Played Nettle Sentinel, okay. Ooh, I don't want to skip my turn. Turn off auto heals, okay. Okay, that would have been really bad. Going third with this deck is not where you want to be. So I hope that they're of the impression that Weather the Storm is an auto win and they just hold up 2 mana the whole game. Whereas I think the real, like, what you're supposed to do is just keep the same 75. Cycle this, play this. All right, we need a third land and 1 Song to the Damned. And a Tinderwall is always what we want to draw. It's so good. So we're going to make one of these into a 5/5 probably. Yeah. I take 7. And if they pass with 2 up, that's good. That means they have Weather. No. Oh. So 5, 6, 7, 8. If I pass through this turn, I probably don't get to cycle my Street Wraith. 5, 6, 7, 8. If they have another copy of Hunger, I guess they can't use it. Rancor puts me to 1. I think I'm actually better off just going for it here because I get to cycle my Street Wraiths. So let's just go for it. Okay. Okay. Sometimes you just get really lucky. Sack, sack. So I can cycle here. We need to draw a Tinderwall now. Forest is good too. That means I can cycle another thing this way. Sulfur Vent is not the best, but I still do get to cycle this green card here. Tinderwall! Oh my gosh. That was very good. So I get 1 more cycle. Okay. Wild Cantor for... Sometimes you just draw really well, you know? Songs of the Damned. Cycle. I can't actually cycle that one. So let's Reaping the Graves. Getting back not that much, actually. Hang on. We still could be in trouble. I think I need a Songs of the Damned, because my Storm count is what matters more. I regret cutting this Reaping now. Let's get Street Wraiths. Street Wraith, Street Wraith. Trying to Stinger. Trying to Stinger. I think I can draw Tinderwalls and Wild Cantor, so let's just get, I guess, an Imposing Vantasaur. So I do get to draw 5 cards, which is good. Oh, Metamorphose was great. Cycle those. So I think I do... Well, let's cycle this first and see what I'm hitting. Tinderwall makes things a lot easier, I think. Sack this. Cycle these guys. Okay, Teachings, it's game over. That blue, green. Wow. Alright, that was a turn 3 kill. Pretty easy too. Cycle this. Wild Cantor, sure. Add green. Cycle the Minotaur. Cycle Street Wraith. I'm at 1. I have to keep that in mind. Add green, green. Metamorphose. Add green, green. Cycle this one. Let's Teachings. Songs of the Damned. Cycle this guy. Wild Cantor. Add some green. Songs of the Damned. Flashback Teachings. Reaping the Graves. Reaping the Graves. Targeting. I have 15 Storm count. Yeah, I could just win here. Stinger. Stinger. Tinderwall. Tinderwall. No Street Wraiths. And then Carabid. Carabid. Vantasaur. Healer. Minotaur. I think I can just get like everything. More Tinderwalls. Minotaur. Cantor. This Minotaur. This Cantor. This Tinderwall. Alright. Hopefully that's enough. Alright. Pretty good start. Cast you. Cast you. Cast you. Then we could just cast our Stingers and then cycle them to death. I think their hope is that I just cycle a Street Wraith on accident, which is a valid hope. Cycle. Cycle. Just keep cycling. Tinderwall is great, so let's Wild Cantor for green. Play Tinderwall. Sack this. Cycle. Cycle. Glad I went for it. Sometimes you just get there, you know? I hope I'm not missing anything. Cycle. We did it! Alright, that's a good start. See you guys next round. Alright, we were playing against Glendalock, who says they enjoy my stuff, which is cool. I'm gonna keep this hand on the draw. Seems fine. Play an island. I don't like seeing islands, but we'll see what happens. Carabid. So, leading with Geothermal Crevice gives me the most flexibility, so I'm going to do that. Because I can cycle Carabid or do something like Wild Cantor into Tinderwall. Really depends on what they're doing. If they're just holding up lands, that seems okay to me. So I could just go Sulfur Vent, pass. They still don't know I'm playing cycling. I also drew Songs of the Damned, which is nice. Game 1 against Mono Blue is generally pretty hard, unless they tap really low. Like, for example, in this turn, if they tap out for something, the more time they give me, though, I think the sketchier it gets for them. Okay. So let's cycle Architects of Will. Okay, I drew a land. Perfect. Just keep hitting lands, boy. So I might just try and go for it next turn, depending on what I draw. White. Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. It makes sense for them to try and conceal it as well. This is only target creature it's blocking. Yeah. Okay, Tireless Tribe makes a lot more sense. So they're probably not playing that much that can disrupt me. Cycle here. So we want to make them like burn their hand if possible, so they don't have enough cards in hand to go off with Tireless Tribe. Also, Mystical Teachings is pretty nice. How do I do this? I think I do it by just doing this. Play Tinderwall. Okay, Tinderwall resolves. Let's cast Wild Cantor. Okay, sack you for green. Play another Tinderwall. Going to sack this one. Cast Metamorphose. Red white for green green probably. Reaping the Graves is good. So sack this. Well, let's see what happens. First, we're gonna cycle Vantasaur using. I kind of don't want to run completely out of black, so let's use red. All right, cycle this using. All right, we're sacking this using red. Street Wraith was amazing. Carabid is pretty good. I'm gonna cycle that over the Stinger. I think I cycled one too many actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I actually cycled one too many cards. We'll see if they have. I'm just gonna play Songs of the Damned. Oh, okay, well it's game over then. I didn't think that was gonna resolve, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, well, do that, do that. Metamorphose, add some green. Songs of the Damned. Mystical Teachings. Getting another copy of Songs of the Damned. Cast Songs. Cast Reaping the Graves. So my storm count is 9. I guess I can flash back Mystical Teachings. No, I'll wait and see what I need. We could just get some stuff. Do they have like Flusterstorm? I don't think that's in Pauper. Alright, let's get that. Tinderwall, Tinderwall, Stinger, Carabid, Healer, Vantasaur, Carabid, Architects. I suppose I'll get one Wild Cantor, just in case I need blue for something. Very curious what could be in their hand, but I guess like they don't play that many counter spells. They could also be like holding up kill spells for my Draenei Stinger, so that's definitely something to consider. But I'm gonna just cast one before I start cycling and just see how it goes. Oh, okay, fair enough. So they have used Prismatic Strands. They named red, right? Chooses red. What can I do now? I mean, I could just cast a bunch of creatures. I don't have any main deck way to kill the Tireless Tribe. I think I have one more copy of Songs of the Damned in my deck. Let me think about this, right? Songs of the Damned. I have one more copy of Songs, so I can do it on upkeep if I need to. Well, we're gonna cast all the cards I can at sorcery speed at least. Do that. Cast to this. They would need a very particular hand to be able to kill me. I have 24, so I can cast 5. I can just cast all of these, and then, all right, I think we're just gonna hope that they don't have a kill and just cast everything. So now they have to counter stuff, which is good for me. counter the Carabid. So I can cast this. I cannot cast Architects or Drannith Healer yet, but I can cycle them. And my storm count is 19. That's the interesting thing. Cycle this. They're not taking damage, but that's okay. Songs of the Damned. So that's my last copy. I think I can make this work though, because I can Songs and then Reaping and then just cast a whole bunch of stuff. So they had Counterspell and just let it go. That's funny. Alright, cycle, cycle. I guess I don't really need to do that. Let's cast Songs. Flashback Teachings. Get Reaping the Graves. Cast Reaping the Graves, targeting a bunch of stuff. Tinderwall, Tinderwall. Oh, I should have sacked Wild Cantor. That was a mistake. Drannith Stinger I want in play. Carabid. And then like, I don't know, some amount of these. And then just retarget everything. Yeah, I should have had a Wild Cantor in my graveyard. That's such a high storm count. The nice thing is they're down to 3 cards, so unless they have exactly the combo, I think we're okay. Can I just yield to this? No. These are actual individual storm copies. Alright, let's go Tinderwall. Sack this. Sack you for green. Tinderwall. Drannith Stinger. Carabid. Sulfur Vent. Go. If they kill me from here, sure. I could do 4 to them on this turn with the stingers and cycling. That looks like it is not a win. I could be wrong. That's a Delver. Do they have another Prismatic Strands? Possible. Let's move to combat. Do I attack with the Drannith Stingers? Probably not. Although, yeah, actually, if they... Yeah, that's fine. If they want to block and trade Drannith Stinger for a card in hand, because it really just matters how many cards they have in hand. And these are not snow-covered lands, so whiteout like doesn't work. Block like this. Alright, I'm gonna start cycling, I suppose. Cycle. Okay, so they are going to Prismatic Strands. Aiming red, but I can still cycle a whole bunch. I think they're still dead. Street Wraith works. Sack this. Cycle. Another Drannith Stinger is quite good. Alright, so I lose my Drannith Stinger. They go down to 2 cards in hand. Gonna be honest, did not expect double Prismatic Strands. I could have played that a little bit better, because they needed to do that anyway, so I could have got in for a little bit more damage. Oh, right, because Delver doesn't even die. Ooh. Okay, alright. They're down to 9, though. No flip. I don't think they have enough cards for Inside Out, but if they kill me here, good for them. Like, that was well played. Squadron Hawk. Did they play a land? I mean, I have 6. They did not. So if they literally have land plus Inside Out as their last cards, I think they can kill me. If they don't, I'm going to keep back a blocker. Probably just Drannith Stinger. Okay. We're just saying there's a chance. So they're taking... They block here, here. They can block here and stay alive. Ooh, Street Wraith was good. So if I swing out, they block this, this, and this. They take 2. They can Prismatic Strands red. I don't know if I can really beat that. I can play a second Stinger and then cycle 2 things to hit them for 1, 2, 3, 4, put them down to 5. I'm just like basically trying to play around them having another Prismatic Strands. I think I'd just attack with these dudes because they would need like a lot of stuff. This is such a weird game. Okay, they're just discarding Squadron Hawk. Yeah, basically that attack played really poorly into Strands. We're at 6. Ay. I can sack this and play Metamorphose. If I draw like a Tinderwall, maybe I can get there. Red, green, Reaping the Graves. Alright, let's cast you. I can hit them for 4 if I find another Street Wraith, which is somewhat likely. So I'm going to play Forest. Because I think they're pretty much dead next turn anyway. If I'd hit them with Draenei Stinger, I would have won. So now I have some regrets. Although they would have just blocked with Delver. Quadrant Hawk. Getting another Hawk. Wouldn't mind. I like the combos. I'm gonna be honest, I am not prepared for this type of a game. This is a lot of fun, but I think I could have definitely played this better. I kind of was like, when they didn't counter it, I just thought I won. I forgot about Prismatic Strands. And then I thought I won again, and then I forgot that, yeah. Playing a bit sloppy. I think we're still okay because they're thinking for a long time. Because they need to have exactly Shadow Rift plus Inside Out. And I think that does kill me. And even if they do that, I can have a couple potential hits. Okay, so I think I just win. Let's cycle this. Cycle this. So that way they can't strand me. Oh no, am I not gonna have the color mana to cycle my card? Whew! That was one of the most interesting games I've ever played. Alright. What are we doing here? Knot of the Bone seems quite good against their combo. That actually seems great. We can bring in like Knot of the Bone, Flaring Pain. They're... I think I have something. One Flaring Pain saves me. I just need to make sure it resolves. Like Trickery helps deal with the Hawks and Delver. I don't want to over sideboard is the problem. Oh, I guess Moment's Peace also stops their combo, like if they go for it and I just have Moment's Peace. Now I know what other people feel like sideboarding against me. They're like, if I get all of these niche cards, I can win the game. Oh man. Dissenter's Deliverance. I think this probably is a matchup that needs more lands. So we get rid of some Wild Cantors or Reaping the Graves. 65? Oh gosh. Architects. Deadshot Minotaur is a bit hard to cycle when going off. I don't know what else to cut. Like all these cards are probably necessary. I might be over. Maybe I only need one Knot of the Bone because like drawing 2 in your opening hand would be pretty rough. And then what else do I cut? Maybe I don't play the full land. I'm gonna get rid of this forest. Just play 12 lands. Alright, we're on the draw. We're playing 12 lands now. I get to cycle. That means we have 3 draw steps to hit a land. And actually that's exactly like the expected rate because we're playing 12. So you would expect 2 lands out of every 10, I think, because there's 60. Yes, you'd expect 1 in every 5 lands. Or every 5 cards should be a land. So we're exactly at the drop rate. I don't know if I'm supposed to just try and go fast against them, but we'll see. As long as I draw a second land, I'll be pretty confident in this game. Because my hand is just full of cyclers, which is never a bad thing. That's what I didn't want to see. Okay, give me a land. Ugh, alright. That's getting worse. Discard this one. I even brought in lands! Yep, no blockers just means I'm dead. Circular Logic, so they really don't have that much counter magic. If only I had Gut Shot. I guess Gut Shot is probably something I want to bring in, huh? Given that, I feel like Red Blast has gotta just be better than Moment's Peace, because it also deals with their counter magic. That was a pretty unfortunate showing. I just died turn 2. No big deal. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Going first. No lands. We got a land. We're keeping this one. I don't think I want to draw Knot of the Bone yet. So I'm just gonna put that on the bottom. Because Red Blast also just countered Shadow Rift. Opponent kept 7, which I don't like seeing. Okay. Alright. Land. Okay. Give me a land. Land? No! Why? I sighted in more! Okay, that looks like a Hawk. If it is, that's perfect. Okay. Hawk there is great because it means their hand is pretty bad, I think. Oh, wow. What are they? What? They must just have a ton of lands in hand or something. I don't quite get it, but okay. Not gonna Red Blast a Brainstorm. If I had the available red mana, I could consider it, but I think I'm only running 1 Red Blast, so I kind of want to save that to protect my combo rather than like stop them. Another hawk, sure. I take some damage. Alright, the question is, can we hit a third land? You think Tireless Tribe runs Fling? I doubt it. Turn the Stinger. Cycle you. Come on, deck. Land number 3. Cycle you. Not getting lucky today. So I've missed 2 land drops now. And the kind of important thing here... Wow, that's a cicada outside. The important thing here is that I'm also not holding up red mana right now. If I want to Red Blast, I'm going to have to Manamorphose. Or sacrifice a Sulfur Vent, I guess. I think I was supposed to get rid of a Manamorphose. I keep forgetting those are like the cards I want to cut. I guess I can F6. Okay. That's not a thing. Hang on. They can't cast Prismatic Strands right now. But I'm also just like nowhere near dying. And I have Red Blast, so we could just try and hit a land here. Cycle, cycle. There we go. Okay, now I'm feeling very comfortable. Because by doing that, I have like a ton of extra mana. Another Nailbiter. If they have Relic, it's not a Nailbiter. Please, no Relic. If they don't have Relic, I think I can win on my turn. They're really leaving me hanging here. Okay, they're casting Ponder. Could still lead to Relic. I don't care about the life gain. Come on, I'm so nervous. Ah, single mana, not Relic of Progenitus. Okay, okay, I think I can win this. Yes. They might have foil. That's the only card I could ever consider playing around. I don't know if this deck even plays foil, but I'm just trying to like think about potential things they could have. There's no Strands in the graveyard. They're gonna discard Strands. Okay. Well, there's Flaying Pain. That's a good answer. Let's let's do this. Sacrifice everything. Play Tinderwall. Like this. Let's cast Metamorphose. I'm gonna add green, black, Tinderwall. Oh man. I really need Reaping the Graves. I think I cut it. I keep cutting that card and I don't know why. It's Metamorphose. Green, black. I also have 2 Mystical Teachings I can hit, plus a bunch of Cyclers. Let's add green, black. Wild Cantor. I mean, I only have 1 cycle left. I might have just completely screwed myself. Alright, they flush back Strands. That's what we expected. Okay, alright, we did. We did it. Let's sack this. Play Cantor for red. Sack Cantor for green. Songs. Songs. Teachings. We're reaping. Reaping, getting back. I guess I can Flittering Pain for Storm Count. Reaping for things. Storm Count is 10. Stinger. Stinger. Tinderwall. Dudes. Did I hit Carabid? No. Cantor. I think that's everything. Maybe that one, I'm not sure. I just have to make sure I always have red up for Red Blast in case they have some weird foil or something. Tinderwall. Tinderwall. Stinger. Stinger. That should do it. Let's see if this actually does damage. Okay, it does. Good. Ooh, Tinderwall. Wild Cantor. I'm actually not going to use Wild Cantor in case I somehow run out of like black mana or something. Cycle. I'll just say, I don't want to say GG's right now. Like there's technically a chance I could lose. Now there's not. Yeah, okay. I think given that, I'm trying to think of like which scenarios and I could possibly lose this game. I don't think they really exist. Yeah, alright. Street Wraith pretty much does it. GG's. Congrats on the PhD. Thank you. Also, your deck is cool. Why no whiteout? They're trying to distract me. You don't mind to watch you play through. No problem. Cycle. Okay, Songs of the Damned. Yeah, makes this pretty rudimentary. Carabid is GG's. Wow, those are some great games, opponent. Holy cow. Cards come from Squadron Hawk, Brainstorm, and Ancestral Recall. Makes sense. Just wondering if you needed more. All right, on to the next one. All right, we're playing against Gamao MTG. We are on the play. Hey, buddy, good luck. Thank you. I'm gonna keep this hand. We got some lands, we got some spells, we got some cyclers, we got mystical teachings. Ooh, I'm interested. If they're playing cycling, I'm gonna be like, whoa. Uh-oh. Oh no. I mean, Electrickery is probably gonna be good here, but I'm a bit worried about that one. I want to hit a tapped land. Yes. Perfect. Lead the Stampede. Oh. Okay. Defenders, I think, is a good matchup for us because we're like just a little bit faster. I'm intrigued by Avacyn's Pilgrim, though. I wonder what white mana they might have. We're gonna cycle this because actually, I think I want to Metamorphose. We're gonna add black, green, because I want to hit another tapped land. Architects, and Metamorphose just digs me one deeper. Street Wraith. Okay, I did not, but that's okay. Double Axebane gets scarier. All right, what is the Pilgrim doing over here? Interested in the whoa ah. Interested. So they did hit a Quirion Ranger, right? And a Drift of Phantasms. So it's definitely possible I just die next turn. Oh, I was one card not deep enough. There's a Songs of the Damned there. I think I'm best just going for it. I don't know, my opponent could probably kill me from this position. So we'll just see. I'm gonna cast Wild Cantor. Start cycling. I have black mana. Cycle Drana Stinger using green. Another Songs of the Damned. That's pretty good. So let's add black. Cast Songs. Cycle. Okay, draw Reaping. Sure. Sometimes you just get there. So I need that green. So we're just gonna go Songs, Reaping. Storm count is 3. So let's Teachings. For another Songs. Cast another Songs. And then Flashback Teachings. For the last Songs. Cast the last Songs. That just gives me so much Reaping the Grave storm count that I could just get a Stinger. Stinger, Stinger, Street Wraith, Carabid. I don't have any Tinder Walls, so we'll get there. Get that Carabid. Do I have that Carabid? No. The Healer, I don't think I have. Okay. Start cycling. Tinderwall is perfect. So I think I'm probably better off casting a Dranith Stinger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably need to have red. I'm gonna keep this red for a little bit just to see what happens here. If I draw another Reaping the Graves, then I can just cast this Dranith Stinger and kill them. Because now I don't need the colored mana. I'm just gonna cycle, Reaping, cycle. Of course now I draw Tinderwall, but that's not a problem. It actually would have been close. Reaping, yeah, we're fine. Cantor, Tinderwall, Deadshot. All right, that's game. Cool. We won game 1. I have no idea what they're doing. I know Arcane Denial is just in general quite good against decks that I've built. So that's an option, just putting in 1 Arcane Denial. I don't hate it. The other option is just racing because that's something that I can do pretty well. I don't think they would be running Relic. That seems kind of weird in a deck running Lead the Stampede. So bring this in. I think I'm gonna get rid of 1 Metamorphose. You know, the more I think about it, I probably wanted to bring in Flaring Pain. They just have an Avacyn's Pilgrim, so I don't know. Like, maybe they're running Prismatic Strands in there. I probably should have brought in Flaring Pain. At least in the first match. What do you got? Yeah. Just when in doubt, bring in Flaring Pain just cuz. Quirion Ranger, sure. I feel pretty safe. I have Tinderwall. Like, this hand is very good, especially if I can hit a second land. I think I say that like every single game, so I apologize, but it's true every game. Alright, Winding Way, what do you got? Lead Stampede, Crashing Drawbridge. So it is just Defenders. With a twist, I assume? Okay, Tinderwall. So I'm gonna cycle Street Wraith. Play Wild Cantor. Sack that for green to play a Tinder Wall. Sack this to cycle some creatures, because I really, really want to hit a land. I did not. Alright, well. Otherwise I would have spent like 3 turns trying to do that same actions that I did in 1 turn. The downside is I'm down a Wild Cantor. But if things get really crazy, I can just like sack this and still just go off. Alright, this looks like an Axebane Guardian, maybe? I'm trying to think what did they even hit? Queen Ranger, Crashing Drawbridge, Ceruli Caretaker. Okay, I feel like you want to go Crashing Drawbridge. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I'm just gonna draw a land here. I did not. I actually can probably just go off next turn though, is the beautiful thing. Now that I drew Manamorphose. Caretaker. So they have enough mana for the Guardian. I don't think I feel comfortable letting them untap, so I'm just gonna go for it if possible. Especially if that's a Vivian's Grizzly. Uh-oh. What's the white? What's the white? I'm so scared. Okay. Bloodright Invoker, Queen Ranger. Ah! I might die, I don't know. Another Axebane. They can't give it haste. So their hand has Bloodright Invoker and 1 unknown. And they can add, I think, enough mana to kill me. So let's go for it. Sack this. Tinder Wall. Sack this. Manamorphose. This is going to add blue-green. Play Tinder Wall. Sack Tinder Wall. Gonna use that red to cycle 1 Carabid. Cast Songs of the Damned. And then start cycling stuff. Hoping to hit a Teachings eventually. Oh. What did I get rid of for that? I think a Wild Cantor. Alright, Reaping the Graves, targeting Street Wraith. I only have a storm count of 4. So it's not amazing. So we're gonna get Street Wraith, Tinder Wall, Wild Cantor, and let's see, I need another green. So I guess I'm gonna get a Adrenaline Stinger. Cycle. Wild Cantor lets me Tinder Wall. I can cycle Architects. I basically need to find a Songs of the Damned. That's like a necessity. So this can add green at least. I think just double green. Street Wraith. Alright. Adrenaline Stinger. Okay, that's gonna get rid of the red. Deadshot Minotaur will cycle away the green. I could just hold up Arcane Denial for their thing. I should have just done that, actually. So Adrenaline Stinger's gonna use the blue. Fingers crossed indeed. I don't think I can win this. I should have just waited and held up Arcane Denial. I totally forgot about that, just winning. I think I need to cast these. And I need to hit it right here. And even then I don't know if I can win. Okay, I cannot. Rough beats. Yeah, I think that was just me playing a bit sloppy. I could have just Arcane Denialed their thing. But now I get to know more about what's in their hand. Because they're going to play that. And I'll just concede to it. Alright. Game 3. Where was it? It must have been the next card, huh? Manamorphose. Wow, we were a ways away. Yeesh. Sometimes you don't draw many things. Okay. I didn't see any Flaring Pains. I think I'm just going to keep 1 Arcane Denial. I know Gilded Light is like an option, but they could just generate a bunch of mana on my upkeep, so it doesn't really stop anything. So I think we're better off just running it like this. Let's go first. Okay. I don't love it, but it's hard to mulligan these. Good luck game 3. So we're gonna Street Wraith, try and hit a tapped land. I did not. Pass turn. Cycle Minotaur. That was hard. Right, cycle. Need a land. Songs of the Damned is good though. Like, of all the dead draws to have, that's a good one. I think I'm still in the same position where I want to go Tinder Wall into Manamorphose, black red, Street Wraith, Dryneth Healer. This is getting pretty rough. Where are my lands? Okay. I mean, I don't have to discard. This is crazy. No land still. I have 7 creature cards in my graveyard though. Overgrown Battlement plus Axebane Guardian. A little bit scarier. Plus another Axebane. Okay. My turn 4. I draw Teachings. Oh boy. What do I do here? I might die. I can play Wild Cantor and Songs of the Damned, but then I will have no... So I actually can't go off this turn. So the decision is... I think I just do this and pass. Yeah. It's too risky to try and hit a land. I know I can win if I Wild Cantor here. Fingers crossed every time. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Any land in the top, like, 17 cards, I think I could have gotten it. Or if this was anything besides basic forest. Because then I could have drawn into a forest. If they can't kill me, though, then I think I might be able to go off. He's thinking about it. That probably means that I'm dead. Although they don't have quite enough defenders to go infinite. So they might just be getting like Vivian's Grizzly or Lead the Stampede. But I think with another turn, I might actually be able to win. Okay, we gotta hope for a bad hit off Lead the Stampede. And I have to get lucky on my turn. I mean, I'm starting with 2 mana. Like, it's not a whole lot. Okay, bad hit. 2 cards. Overgrown Battlement, Drift of Phantasms. That might be enough for them to go infinite, I think. Because they can go Overgrown Battlement here. And then tap this for 4. Transmute, Drift of Phantasms. I think that's actually exactly enough mana. Because this taps for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they blue to transmute 6. No, they'll be short of the untap. If they're freed from the real... Oh, they just have it in hand. Okay. So they have infinite mana. Oh, they showed Drift of Phantasms, right? That's game, right? I guess we'll see. Transmute. So they show me the Invoker. I was so close too. Alright, so I'm going to sacrifice this. Cast Songs of the Damned. I don't think I can win from here, but they're about to make like infinite mana in response. What do they have? Opponent. I'm just trying to see if I don't think there's a card in my deck that can win from here. I'm just gonna concede. Let's see what's in my deck. Let's go here, collection. This is my deck. And I have 1 Arcane Denial, which would actually win in this position. I don't think so. Gotta let them know I had the Arcane Denial. Good games, opponent. Good games. That Arcane Denial would have been so sick. Oh man, no problem. All right, we're gonna close this out, see if we can get the 3-2. See you guys there. Oh right, we're playing against Henry Morehouse. Tell our opponent good luck, have fun. This hand looks pretty good to me. Double land is kind of where you want to be. We just need to find cyclers, but we did dramatically up the cycler count, so I think we're quite likely to get there. I don't know what we want to play against. I guess Delver. You too, thanks. Delver it is. So at least we get to find out how good our sideboarding plan is. Game 1 is going to be tough. That's for sure. But we do have teaching, so we can like build up. Like if we just hit land, we have Ancient Spring, so we can cast the teachings. Okay, Augur is not really what you want to see, but that's fine. We just really don't want to see Ninja. Okay, Trinith Healer. I'm gonna cycle right now so they know what they're... Actually, no. They're just gonna hold up counter magic. I'm gonna cycle now. The reason for doing this is I could draw a land that more of my creatures can be cycled with. Because I'm probably gonna have to go off either very soon or very late. They're tapped out. Okay. Can I go off here? I mean, it's probably worth trying because they're tapped out. I have 4 mana available. I only have 1 card in my graveyard. I need a Tinderwall or a Metamorphose. Drained Stinger. So we're going to cycle. If I can go off here, we're definitely going to. Architects of Will. I have teachings available. Oh, it's really tough. How did they preordain? 2 cards on bottom. What do I think my chances of going off on here? Because if I had a Tinder Wall, I think this would be much easier. I'm going to have 3. I can draw my mountain, so I'm going to have 3, 4, 5 cards in my graveyard. So I can Songs of the Damned. Alright, let's go for it. Do that. I don't need this white, so I can cycle here. Really want to see a Tinder Wall in like the next 2 cycles. Cycle this. Yeah, this is quite ambitious. I need to see Tinder Wall, so I guess we cycle this blue. Street Wraith is very good. I could also just see like a bunch of Street Wraiths. So now we can go Wild Cantor. Sack this for... I'm gonna go up to 6 cards in graveyard. Yeah, I'm gonna sack this for green. Songs of the Damned. Cycle these guys. Cycle you, cycle you, cycle you. Sulfur Vent. Reaping the Graves. Storm count is not very high. I don't have a Tinder Wall, but I could draw into one. So we're going to keep this green. So we're going to get Street Wraith, and Wild Cantor. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. So I can't really do anything here. It was worth a shot. I think we had a couple draws that could have gotten there. I'm just going to play Geothermal Crevice and cycle Dragon Stinger now. Oh, I was 1 card down. That's fine though. I mean, we lost 2 lands in the process, but we did get to cycle a ton of creatures along the way. So if opponent doesn't have anything, like, it's still not impossible. We just go off this turn. Oh boy. I don't think it gets much better. Wild Cantor. Sack this for... I think at this point I probably need to get blue. And then just hope to hit my untapped land. Yeah, blue, Songs. Save Dispel, I see. Alright, that'll probably do it for game 1. I tried while they were tapped out. I did my best. Sideboarding gets a lot better. So we get to bring in a bunch of mana. I don't think I like Trickery versus their 1/3s, but all these Red Blasts. I think I do probably have to bring in Ancient Grudge just in case they do have a relic. And get rid of Reaping the Graves. Get rid of 2 Wild Cantor. Some Deadshot Minotaur because they're pretty awkward while going off. They're easy to cycle early, but they get a lot worse afterwards. Then 1 Metamorphose. 13 land is kind of a lot. Maybe I get rid of this forest. And then just run it 12 land like this. Moment's Peace. Knot of the Bone can give me a ton of time, but I think we're fine as it is. And we get to be on the play. Let's go first. Have Ancient Spring. Alright, we'll keep. Again, I have 12 lands now instead of 10. So it is a much higher chance of hitting a second land. Opponent kept 7. Turn 1 Delver. Okay. Let's draw a land, shall we? Okay. It's going about as poorly as it could. The odds of a blind flip, yeah, are pretty high. And Relic. Alright, this is exactly as bad as it possibly could have gone. Turn 1 Flip Delver, Relic. Yeah. I don't think we're winning this one. Yeah, no. Well, if I draw mono lands, it's possible. Right? If I kill their Insectile Aberration, I have like Red Blast to kill that. And then I have Ancient Grudge, which I can get off Teachings. So if I just keep drawing lands, then we could be okay. Alright, give me land. Land? Wow. I'm gonna discard this guy because he's hard to cycle. Sure. We're going down low pretty quick, that's for sure. So we're gonna get rid of Deadshot Minotaur. Opponent's casting Augur. So they are tapped out. I don't think I can win from this position though. And they revealed foil. Oh my god, this is not a good match. It's just everything possible that could have gone wrong did. We need to hit a land like this cycle. Okay, we did hit a land. It is a red source to kill the Insectile Aberration. And here's where Rust would be great. Like we would be able to just Rust the Relic activation instead of having to kill it and lose our graveyard. Although it is possible that our opponent still taps out this turn. Sanctuary putting back Preordain. Not sure if they will. Okay, they do. Get rid of the Vantasaur. Land? Ah, I needed a land. Okay. Well, I might as well cycle. Ugh, this is so bad. Cycle. I don't think we can 4 cycle again. Just give me land, please. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Guess we can discard the Carabid. So the Tragic Lessons get back Sanctuary. So yeah, Rust might actually make this doable. They're gonna go like Gurmag Angler. Okay, let's get rid of I guess Street Wraith at this point is not really cyclable because I'm gonna take 4 and go to 2. I wonder what the black is for. Okay. There's the land. A little bit late, sir. Okay. I have a couple options. None of them are amazing. I think I need to just cast Manamorphose here and see if this resolves. They've Dispel, I'm just... yeah, alright. See you guys next round. Oh god. Oh no! Played against Hellsaw, who is like the trophy leader. But, they always play Tron, I believe. Let's hope that that's the case. This hand's pretty bad. I'm on the play. Do I mulligan this though? Double Teachings is kind of like a mulligan. I do have 1 land and Reaping the Graves plus Cyclers. I'm just gonna keep. I don't know. Mulliganing with this deck is very hard. I need to get better at like knowing what to do. Because if I keep this and just draw more Reaping the Graves or Teachings, I lose. But if I just draw a lot of Cyclers, like if I draw land into all Cyclers, then this hand's gonna be fantastic. He mulled the 5, which is good for me, I suppose. It is. Oh, he has the. How did you get those? Alright, deck, give me the goods. Did not hit. That's fine though. Yeah, Tron with Thriving Owl is a little scary. Cycle this one. Land? Nope. We're gonna discard Mystical Teachings. That card's not very helpful right now. Ponder's Ornament, you got it. I need to land this turn, I think, to have any shot. There we go. Play that. Go. They don't have Tron, but they have the ability to activate Bonder's Ornament, which is a little bit scary. Alright, we're gonna try and hit a land. I'm gonna cast Manamorphose, because I really would like to hit lands. So let's add black. There we go. Well, not the best land, but it is a land at least. Cycle. That. Go, hoping for no Bajuka Bog. And then I guess next turn we just have to try and do it. Some really good card draw for Tron though. Still don't have Tron. Cycle here. Dryneth Stinger. Songs of the Damned. Do I make him have it? I'm not really dying immediately. I think I'm better off waiting 1 more turn. Yeah, I think I am. So let's cycle the Carabid. Cycle this one. Street Wraith. Land. Go. Hoping for no Bajuka Bog. They draw. They got it. I might have gotten too greedy here, but a lot of Tron decks don't play Bajuka Bog in the main. Still no Tron. So they only have the ability to cast a couple counter spells. So let's cycle. Okay. What if I just play Silverwind? Go. That seems okay. They draw. I think this is probably the last turn we can just dirtle. They have 7 cards in hand. I have a whole bunch of mana. I can also sacrifice Sulfur Vent to cast Mystical Teachings if I need. But we're going to start with cycling. I think I'm better off just cycling a bunch. There's a Metamorphose. I'll use that on my turn. Okay. Architects of Will. So, Song of the Damned does like a million things. I can Teachings at the end of turn. I mean, do I really have to go for it? I think I'm going to wait another turn. He's literally not doing anything. He is drawing cards though. Okay. Double Dignitaries. So he will have to discard at end of turn. I don't think that matters. Let's Metamorphose. Add blue, black. Cast a Teachings. Grabbing Songs of the Damned. Cycle here. I think now's our battle. let's start with a Tinder Wall. Okay, that works. Sack this for black, and we're going to cycle a Drannith Healer using the red. Okay, that's pretty good. Cycle this, I guess using the blue, and cast Metamorphose. One of these, I guess I don't need the blue here. Gonna give me black, green. Alright, then we will cast a Songs of the Damned. Cycles Remote Isle. I'm gonna cast another Songs of the Damned. That resolved. I think I'm just not gonna let him get the Remote Isle. Cast another Songs. Cast another Songs. Cast Reaping the Graves. I could flashback Teachings, I guess. Or Reaping the Graves, just in case. I have 3 now. Reaping for a bunch of stuff. Street Wraith, Tinder Wall, Drannith Healer, Architects, Stinger, Street Wraith, Fantasy. Okay. I know I'm getting less off songs, but it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to make sure I resolved a Reaping the Graves. Sure. Alright. Cast Tinder Wall. Sack it. Cast you. Sure. Cast you. Cycle. I mean, the game's over, right? Cycle. I'm at 18, that's plenty. Yeah, Tron, not the best matchup for Cycle Storm. Wild Cantor, sure, I'll cast it. That'll just give me like access to immediate mana if I need it for whatever reason. Cycle. Yeah, I will cycle this one because I'm just gonna cast it on the way back. Stinger, Tinder Wall, Healer, Vandasaur, Carabid, Architects, Healer, Carabid, Architects, Street Wraith, Vandasaur, doesn't matter. I think he's just letting me time out, which is totally possible. Lightning Bolt, that one, sure. Like this, sack, cast, cycle. Okay. I was like, this is just over. Okay. We won game 1. Game 2 versus Bonder's Ornament Tron. Well, I imagine we're going to want some number of red blasts. Ancient Grudge just seems pretty good, actually. We can bring in Ancient Spring Mountain for the forest. I can cut 2 Wild Cantor. I always cut 1 Reaping. I don't know if that's correct. Metamorphose is less necessary. I don't think I want 4 red blasts. In fact, maybe I just want 2. Maybe that's better. Because I want to hit my land drops, and then the rest of the deck is just quite good. Like, I just have a bunch of cycling creatures. I could bring in Arcane Denial if I'm, like, really scared of something. But let's just run it. I think this is just a bad matchup. I mean, I don't think you can afford to mulligan this hand. Especially since I added a bunch of lands. Well, 1. I added 1 land, okay. Not too many. There we go. Sulfur Vent, go. Ooh, didn't hit Tron in time. That's pretty rough, actually. There's songs. I am going to cycle, and I will also Metamorphose, just to try and hit my 3rd land on time. I didn't mean to do red, but I guess that's what it did. Alright, I do actually have to discard a card, which will be Architects of Will. No, I'll discard a Tinder Wall. I actually can't cast all of them. So if they get Bajuka Bog, I guess they got me. It's a tower, okay. Bonder's Ornament. So they could have Dispel. I think I'm just gonna go for it. It's like exactly Dispel. Oh wait, I can only cast 1 Tinder Wall. Because I used my Metamorphose. I can only cast 1 Tinder Wall. I think we still go for it. Sack this. Cycle this. Cycle this. Sulfur Vent gives me a failsafe if this goes terribly, terribly wrong. Cycle of Vandasaur. You have Dispel? Let's cycle Architects. Alright, cycle Drannith Healer. They had the Dispel. Go. It was worth a shot at least. So he's just gonna hold up Bonder's Ornament. Actually can't cycle anything, but that's okay. Go. Yep. Yeah, I don't like them drawing cards. But as soon as I get away to trying to stinger. Cycle that using this blue. I want to be able to cast Tinderwall, but I think I'm just gonna accept. Like if they relic me here, I'm gonna be pretty upset. Or like Bajuka Bog. Although I don't think most Tron decks run relic. Bolt Drifter, sure. So he's 1 mana? Okay. I mean, I think now's my time. Double Hydroblast. I don't know if Hydroblast is good at all. I mean, he has to have a counter spell, right? Alright. I mean, I could draw a red Elemental Blast and that'll help a lot. Teachings. Ooh. Ghostly Flicker. Alright, if it's like Bajuka Bog, Flicker, I'm in trouble, but it's not. Teachings. Huh. I mean, he's gotta have so many counter spells, but I don't think it gets any better. So I can Teachings end of turn though. I think I just pass. I think I just can't win from this position. He gets to draw. Ghostly Flicker the Mole Drifter. Oh, Flashback Teachings, yeah. Gets counter spell. Okay, Mnemonic Wall getting back 1, 2, 3, 4, getting back Hydroblast. I don't actually care too much about that. Alright, deck, give me the goods. I think I have to Teachings here. I'm gonna sacrifice this Teachings. That goes through. I kind of want to get Manamorphose. Part of me wants to get Songs because then I can Songs plus that, but I won't have red then. Manamorphose is a very awkward thing to hit. I guess I have the 1 of red source, so let's get Songs. Cycle Street Wraith. Discarding blue Elemental Blast. He has a lot of things to counter red spells. I think I'm just gonna wait a turn. I'm not like, alright. I mean, if he doesn't have Dendrova Horror, I can actually win from this spot now. Okay. I can't cycle anything, but alright, go. Just not gonna do anything if he's not doing anything. He gets to draw 1 card, but getting 2 extra mana in like... that's more than 1 card, isn't it? I think I was supposed to not let that happen. Because that's a lot of things. Oh, but he kept up mana. Oh my gosh. You're saying there's a chance. I still can't cycle anything, but he's discarding. Now I just go for it. We're gonna have the Battle of the Centuries. And this green's gonna be very important. Alright, let's go for it. Sack this. Cast Tinderwall. Okay. Sack Tinderwall. Cycle this guy. Carabid. Sack. This is hard. Cycle this one. Street Wraith, cycle that one. Tinderwall, I can't cast. I've drawn so poorly. Going to sack this, cycle Deadshot Minotaur. Ancient Spring, I don't like that. Alright, let's just cast Songs of the Damned. They dispel. So they have Ghostly Flicker, so I want to do this all on the stack. I'm gonna sack this and cast Songs of the Damned. Prohibit. Now I need to sacrifice this, cycle Carabid, cycle Architects. Alright. On to game 3. That was about as bad as my draws could have gone, I would think. I just didn't have enough mana. I think I might have tried to go off too early. I think if he had Graveyard Hate, I would have seen it. So I'm just gonna get rid of Ancient Grudge. And that can let me put in another Wild Cantor. He has, let me think about this. He has a lot of Hydroblasts. So let's bring in an Arcane Denial. Just so I can win the Red Elemental Blast Wars. Or I could just try and go off quickly. Going off quickly seems probably more reasonable with just all the Wild Cantors. I'm on the play. Yeah. Alright, let's go first. Ooh, this hand seems pretty good. If I was more familiar in the matchup, I think I would have been more confident playing that last game. I think Hellsaw is just very good at the game, and I have no experience playing against Tron really with this build. So I'll say that has some effect. He did mulligan, which I like. Double Tinderwall also really helps with the going off quickly plan if I can find a Wild Cantor. Name's Black, okay. I don't really have any need to cycle on my turn, so we'll just pass. This card's pretty cool. Prophetic Prism, sure. Cycle. I do need to play a little bit quickly because this game might take a bit of time. We need to hit a land, so let's cycle this one. It's a bit harder. Cycle you. Street Wraith. There we go. So he tapped out. He could still have Dispel. That's the hard thing here. I still do want to hit a land though, so we are going to cycle my dudes. Architects with the blue. Stinger. Land. No. Compulsive himself. Okay, so now he's 2 mana up. I really need to hit a land here. Metamorphose. I don't know if I can actually afford to use this Metamorphose, but I also don't want to discard to hand size. He could counter it as well. Red Blast? Yeah, okay. Okay. He probably just has a hand full of those. So that is Tron now. Now we're in trouble. That looks like a Dinrova Horror. Yeah. The Geothermal Crevice is the scariest. Okay, I'm okay with them hitting that. Just gonna put this in the graveyard. I need to hit Songs of the Damned like immediately. How? Oh man. Well, cycle. How is this happening? Red Blast, Songs of the Damned, anything? I don't know. This is some bad juju, I'll say that. Mole Drifter evoked plus Ghostly Flicker, I think. No Ghostly Flicker. Expedition map, if that's Bajuka Bog though, we're in trouble. It's not. Okay, he definitely does not have Bajuka Bog. Where's my Red Blast? I don't know what's happening. Okay. He has 5 cards in hand and he can activate Bonder's Ornament. This is like unrealistically bad. I think I'm going to cycle here. We need to hit a land. Metamorphose. He's just going to counter that. I'll cycle here again. How is this happening? Alright, I'm gonna cast this dude. I need mana. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. Alright, here's where they play Mnemonic Wall, Ghostly Flicker, and I die. Take it back, Blue Blast. If they don't have Ghostly Flicker, I'm okay, but if they do, I think I just have to concede. Not a Ghostly Flicker. It's not a Ghostly Flicker. It's still alive. 1 turn too late. So he can only draw once? Ugh. Alright. I mean, I don't have Songs of the Damned or Mystical Teachings. Okay. We get to cycle some stuff now. Cycle this guy. Cycle this guy. Yeah, I guess I probably do want to try and have Metamorphose available. Where are all my good cards? Maybe I don't have them. Definitely possible. I think I just need to go for it here. I'm very dead, but play this. Sack this. Play Metamorphose using this and the white mana. Okay. Play Metamorphose using this and a blue mana. Green, green. Architects. Cast a Tinderwall. Sack it. Cast a Tinderwall. Sack it. Cast Reaping the Graves. Targeting some Wild Cantors and things. That. We need Wild Cantor. We need Street Wraith. I need Traneth Stinger. Traneth Stinger. More Tinderwalls. One of these. Alright, lead with Wild Cantor. See if they want to Blue Blast that. Okay, Wild Cantor is going to add green. We're going to cast a Tinderwall. Stack Tinderwall. I'm going to cycle Street Wraith, go to 4. There's a Mystical Teachings, which helps, like, not a whole lot. Cycle some of this red. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. Cycle. I can Reaping the Graves. I guess I just cycle here. There's Songs of the Damned. He almost certainly has a counterspell for that. So I need to find like a Red Blast, which I have 2 of in my deck. I don't know where they are. This is the worst order. Oh! I don't believe it. Alright, cast songs. So I'm going to cycle Architects. The problem is I just literally can't win. Alright, you got it. That was so unbelievably frustrating. Oh man, that was frustrating. So, yeah, I had that game locked up if I had just drawn... I'll reveal my hand, I guess. If I had drawn Teachings anytime earlier, I wish I could have chatted with Hellsaw. That would have been... I don't know why you can't chat post-game. It's so weird. So Pyroblast didn't do anything. Yeah, he only had 2 counterspells total to deal with my stuff. So if I had... Yeah, man. I guess I can't even see this anymore. I'm just trying to like evaluate the game pragmatically. Like, did I make mistakes? Did I draw really poorly? Or is my deck bad? It was one of those 3. That's for sure. Because I drew through like 40 cards in my deck. I had 2 Red Elemental Blasts, 4 Songs of the Damned, and 2 Teachings, which probably wouldn't have been good because he had Pyroblast. But they would have been good earlier because I could have cast them and then flashed them back with all that mana I had. I gotta look at my deck. It was so close. Yeah, so I had 2. I mean, next time I think I'm just bringing in all of the Red Blasts. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that game. It felt like I shuffled my deck in the worst possible configuration, but maybe I'm being too sensational. Anyway, I think this deck is good, or at least getting better. A lot of the games were really fun and close, and it was actually pretty fun to play this time. The Teachings gives it some play. One thing I would like to figure out how to add is give this deck a way to cast Teachings earlier more often without having to sacrifice a land. I don't know if I need like a bounce land or something, but being able to Teachings early for like counterspell would be good. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.